my name is Lisa, and this is the Girl Meets Yarn, episode 11. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it like that. What is going on? Okay. Awesome, I got it now. Okay, so we have cloudy day today. Sun is coming out, in and out of the clouds, so every time it comes out, it blows up my face to being super white, and whenever it goes back to cloudy, it looks like this. So we will see what's going on. We will take it one step at a time. Not that you guys care, but you know what I have to say. First disclaimer, I cannot watch podcasts where the nails of the podcaster are a hot mess, okay? But then, the day that I have to podcast, like today, right, Monday, Manicure Monday, I do my manicure every Monday, I cannot find my acetone, okay? So, it was no podcasting or having chip nails, so I have chip nails. I cannot believe this. I can't. Okay, so I've tried to find my acetone everywhere and I couldn't find it, so it is what it is. Before I start, I'm going to talk about the lipstick that I'm wearing. For some reason, you guys love the lipsticks that I always wear, so this time I don't want to forget. So this is a little sample that I got from Sephora. It's the Tarte's lip paint in the color Birthday Suit. I think with age, my lips have never been super reddish. But with age, I've been losing pigmentation on my lips, so whatever works. Okay, so today is November 2nd. Sorry, no, today's November 5th. Today's November 5th is Monday, and yeah, I'm coming to you from Seattle, Washington. I recently moved here, and if you're looking to follow me on social media, my Instagram username is mabaloo_123, and my Ravelry is Lisa Lugo, my name and last name. You can find me or follow me there. I'll follow you back, probably on Ravelry. I don't do a lot of following back on Instagram. People get mad. I don't know why. But I get so many spams account. I don't know if you guys have the same issue, but I have so many spams account that I tried very hard just to wait a little and then follow back. And again, as a disclaimer, I will have to say that I post there a bunch of stuff that are just personal. This Instagram is not just for my knitting stuff. I don't want to do that, to be honest. The thing that I think I'm going to try is to do a group on Ravelry. I don't know. I was watching Skandir Instagram post the other day, and she was talking about her appreciation for Ravelry, and I will have to say, I didn't know a lot of the stuff she was saying. Oh, she was explaining. She was like, oh, really? Oh, really? And I think Ravelry is underappreciated, and I think because we have grown with it for a long time, but I think just the fact that it's so great and is free, it's like, hello. Anyway, so let's get with the episode. What I've been doing, I have not been knitting a lot. I will have to say that. I think on the summer I was just like a busy bee, and I was just like doing stuff and trying to get ready for my capsule. I think the same with spring. I was very, I just was very busy. And I think this time, or in the fall, I'm feeling a little bit that I need to ground myself and take care of myself. It's gonna be my first full winter in Seattle, and you guys know I'm from Puerto Rico, so it's gonna be a shock. So I'm trying very, very hard to stay mindful of what's happening, that I'm grounded, and then I am pushing myself to not stay in and whatever comes with it, because I have suffered before from seasonal sadness. I will say that because nobody had told me that I got depression, and I didn't get medicated for that, and I want to be very mindful saying that I was depressed, because that is just big words, right? People get really very alarmed, but I do suffer from seasonal sadness, and I believe what really triggers me is having all the dead trees around. In Arkansas, everything dies. There's nothing, no pine trees or nothing like here in the Pacific Northwest. So I'm excited to see how excited is a very weird word to say, but I am curious to see how my body reacts. Right now, I feel like I need to slow down and take care of myself, and just give exactly what my body needs, which is tons of sleep and reading and meditation and gentle yoga and warm soups and pumpkin soups and stuff like that are nourishing. So that's what I've been doing. Not a lot, so I don't have a lot to show. But on my, I will say, life update, I'm trying, because of what I'm going on, I'm trying to kind of like push myself out of my comfort zone and go out and meet people. So 2 weeks ago, I went to an event. I'm going to show you a bag that I got, a goodie bag. I went to the Seattle Fraptails. It was a party that a bunch of sewists throw for themselves to meet and mingle and, you know, kind of make contacts with other sewists. And to my surprise, not to my surprise, but there was a bunch of knitters there, and I was with this the twig sweater, and I had some flim pants from Megan Nielsen, and they were like, oh my god, they knew the pattern, they were very appreciative of my sweater, and I was dying because it was so hot. But this is the goodie bag that we got, and I'm very happy that I did push myself to get out of my comfort zone and meet people that we are, you know, we have the same hobbies. Yeah, so not a lot of knitting for the reasons that I have told, and yeah, so that's what's going on. So last time I said that I was going to do a video on my winter capsule, and I went on it. I was doing a lot of research, and I was just getting all my stuff out, and I was just, you know, trying to be very organized about it. And I found a lot of information that I was not you know, it was not on my process, so I started to incorporate it in. And for me, I thought, you know, doing a video about it, it will be just like it was not going to be, it was just going to be out for the sake of having a video out, because I said it, instead of being like a very helpful video. So I'm going to hold on into it, and I'm going to do a little bit more experimenting, and then I will come back to you guys with it, with whatever I do, if you guys are interested. And because, you know, it's up on YouTube, it's gonna be up on YouTube, and I don't make an ass of myself, you know. So I apologize for that, and I want to be more mindful too of what I am, you know, just saying, oh, I'm gonna do this and that, and then I don't fall through. Okay. Okay, so let's start with the finished objects, and I only have one, and is that one that is behind me. is the Petite Knits pattern, is the no frizz sweater. I've been talking about it quite some. And you know, the yarn is retold dyes. This is what I have left. I had 4 of these, and I had to break the 4th to use 4 grams of it, seriously, to make the cuff, one of the cuffs. Okay, so I use the needles US 6 for the body, and I use the 3 for the rib, and yeah, ribs on the bottom, top, and cuffs. I did a size small, thank God, because it is huge, okay? So let's get into what I did. Okay, so last time I talked, I was way down here, okay? So this pattern asks to make the increases until you get to here, till here, then you separate for the sleeves, and then you go down, stocking it for miles. So the pattern asks for 16 to 17 inches of the body, and I did 14.5 inches when I talked to you guys, and I was going to start the rib, okay? I started the rib, and the rib asked for some decreases. I think it was not that many decreases, but it had some. Let me look it up. Let me be very mindful. So I did the decreases on the bodies, and there we go. Okay, so let me be more accurate. So it says here that you're going to decrease. So you're gonna need 7, and then you're gonna need 2 together. So you had a total of 24 stitches that you're decreasing here. Maybe I'm giving too much of the pattern, but so you have an idea. It was not a super poofy, but it did have a decrease. And then you change to your US 3 needles, and you do the rib, okay? 1 by 1 rib. I did. I did exactly that. Stop at 14.5 and did my 3 inches or 2.75 inches of the rib. I put it on, and I hated it. It was the shapeless, most atrocious thing that I have ever worn in my life, and I spent so much money on this sweater that I had to stop knitting whatsoever for a couple of days because I didn't know what to do. This was on a Thursday. I think I realized that it was just too tight. Okay, so I'm a very kind of like square person. I do have a little bit of waist, but not too much, but I do have a lot of hips, and I have some kind of booty there that I have gotten with age. Anyway, some added baggage. So for me, it hit right on the widest part of my hips, the rib, okay? So it's, again, no shaping, right? Can you see? I don't think you can see. Hold on. Let me move this way. Oh, this way. Okay, there you go. So, there we go. So if you see, there's not a lot of shaping here. And to be very honest, I can do the shapeless silhouette if it's cropped. The shapeless long, it's not my style. It doesn't look good on me because I'm not busty, so it definitely dragged me down. Okay, so when I realized, right, that the rib was completely messed up, I freaked out, okay? And Anna was just like, just do a lifeline thread, and then just rip it out, or just frog it till that point. I tried to do that with the ribbon, but because we have the mohair there, it didn't want to work. So I used the Ritual Dyes sock weight, fingering weight 2-ply yarn in the rhodonite. And I have this one, for some reason, had 109 grams, and I used 4 grams, so I have 105 for some reason. It's bigger than the supposedly 100 that we had. And I used 4 of this one. I will have to, even though I took 4 grams, I have to, you know, take it into consideration that I did open this one. And I used 6 of this. This is what I have left of the 6. So this is $28, this is $16.50. I use 6 and I use 4, you make the math. It's a lot of money. So I was freaking out and I was just like, oh my God, I spent all this money. So I did cut it. Okay, I did went and cut it, and I cut it horizontally, of course, and I wanted to cut it this way, and I did not. And I frog it until it was 10 and a half till the ribbed. So she asking for 16, I am stopping at 10 and a half, and I thought it was gonna be too cropped. This yarn grew like you have no idea. It's not even cropped at all. And then I added this 7 centimeter that she asked for. It's like at 2.75 inches. I just went and did that, and I took away the decreases. I didn't do any of the decreases, and it does lay a little bit nicer. I think you can do the decreases if you don't have hips. If you're more of an European kind of frame than a Latina frame, it will work for you. For me, it didn't work. It was a disaster. So not a lot to say about it. I do love it. I did put it on, and I thought I was just so fancy. I was that fancy with my sweater, until somebody said that if you have not heard the story, I will tell it again. I went to Victoria's Secret to get some gift cards, and the girl asked me if my sweater was from Forever 21. And I was like, seriously? You know, when they say that what's gonna happen with the youth, like what's gonna happen in this world with the youth, you know, what's going on with, you know, whatever with the millennials. That day I understood what they were saying about, what they were talking about, because there's no appreciation, none. Anyway, I went to Forever 21. I looked around and she was right. There's some petite knit sweaters there. Just like. If you don't have the time to knit yourself a petite knit no frill sweater, you can go to Forever 21 and you can get for $27.99 a sweater that is the same thing. Just saying. Just saying. And I know it's not the same thing, but yeah. Okay, so nothing else to say about my only finished object. I will have to say it took me like a week or a week and a half just to finish the things up. It was just, you know, the sleeves, I finished them like in 2 days, both of them. It was not, you know, just nothing. It was just like so easy to make, but oh my God, just cutting that out. And then I cut the rib on the bottom and I didn't save it. So of course I had to open the 4th skein because I didn't save it. I know. Okay. Okay. So let's start. Let's talk about some work in progress. Okay. So last time I talked about the wool and honey, and I have done some progress, not a lot. Okay. So going back to it, I'm using the Brooklyn Tweed Love yarn in the color Wool Sock. It's kind of like a rusty, brownish, reddish, beautifulness color. And it's living on this, I have not talked about this. This is the second, oh my God, it stinks. This is the second French Supply coat, and I bought this one right when it started, or when it came out, sorry. But then Told on their 5th anniversary had one that is like a deep green, although this one looks very greeny. Anyway, But they came out with the wax brick color and I cannot find it. I was just like, oh, so mad. Anyway, so let's get back to the wool and honey. So let me see if I can find the stitch stoppers because this is not good. Okay. Sorry, bad podcaster. Okay, there we go. Yes, let me see if I can open it up so you guys can see the front. So last time I podcasted, I was here, right where this, and I love my llama, and you guys will be like, where the hell she found that? I found this at Hobby Lobby in the scrapbooking area, and I had, no, I think this even came in with it, the little alligator clasp. I think it came in with it, but it was longer, so I went and cut it, and then I made it short, and it came for, I think it was like $3. And it's I think it's just like a little piece of plastic, so it is very lightweight. It's so cute. I love it. Anyway, yeah. How to do cheap stitch markers with Mary Lisa. What's going on? Why am so hot? Just anyway. Oh my god. Okay. So I am on row. I will have to say row 41. I'm in short for on row 41 of the second part of the sweater of the yoke, and I have to go to round 54 to separate for the sleeves. So I'm very I'm right there. I started with this exactly when I finished my petite knit sweater, so I have not done a lot of progress because it was neglected for a while. So I've been working on it for, I would say, pretty much like a week non-stop. Anyway, so now you can see the design. I have, I think, right? We're trying. So we're in the last honeycomb kind of shape, and after this, when I finish it up, it's gonna be sleeve separation and body. I will have to say I love it and I hate it. I have both. I feel both ways because I love garter stitch, to be honest. However, in the rounds, I'm not a fan. It's just it's boring. It's kind of boring. You know, I don't know, maybe I'm so used to just color work, which you have, you know, the charts, and you're like back, you know, like you're working more harder. This one is just, you know, a round of knit, a round of, and it's very, it's kind of mindless in a way, if you can say, because you have to do some wrapping and then dropping and slipping. But besides that, it's just it's very straightforward. I do want to finish because this was a big money commitment, and I want to be very mindful that what I buy, I do use it. And my next whip that I'm going to talk about is one of those that, you know, I tried very hard to make it work, didn't work. So my next one is the Tecumseh. There we go. I'm here, and this is the second yarn that I have bought for the Tecumseh. I bought yarn for the first. I bought the yarn, the Jaio from Retrosaria, Portuguese yarn. I bought the main color, it was like an ecru, and then the shields were going to be a red, and then, no, sorry, the crosses were going to be red, and then the shields were going to be brown. I didn't like it. I didn't like it. I don't know. I didn't like the yarn. Yeah, I didn't like the way, I didn't like the fabric that it made. Let's put it that way. So if you don't know, if you have not seen this everywhere in the internet, what is going on? But this is a pattern by Caitlin Hunter. She is the girl behind Boylan Knitwork, and I do want to do make it. I had a little bit of issues. You know, I was just going back and forth about it, and I finally found the yarn. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So I got this Rauma Strickegarn yarn. This is, I believe this is, where is this from? Norwegian, I think. Yeah. So I got this at Tolt. I went to Tolt and I went to the bathroom, and right on the back they have a section that they have a bunch of stuff on sale. And the sale that they have is usually 50%. That's where I found the Tamitic yarn. I found it there. And I found this one there. This is just plain black. It's the color 136 and it's a DK weight, 100% wool. And I will have to say, I do really like it. It's a 3-ply, I think it's 3-ply kind of yarn. So the other one that I had that I bought from Retrosari, I think it was just like a 1-ply or just, you know. But this one is a 3-ply one. So it does make a nicer fabric. So I'm here. I finished my increases after the first cross section, and I used, let me see if I can find the other color that I used, that pink. So these ones don't have colors, they just have numbers. So let me see, where did I put the pink? Ringo, you took my pink. Where is it at? Anyway, okay, found it. Okay, so I got 2 of these, and then I got 7 of these at Toll. They were both retail price for $8, and I got them for $4. I am the best. You know, I don't like Goodwill, or I don't like Marshalls. I don't like to dig anywhere. But if you take me to a yarn shop, I will dig it out, all the sales, and I will find stuff like this. I am so freaking excited. I'll have to say I didn't gauge swatch. I did gauge swatch for the other one, and I just went with it. I was just like, whatever. I'm doing a size small though. I always do a size medium with her, but it just kind of like grows out. It looks really big on me. So this time I'm going to really YOLO it out, and I'm going to do a small just for fun. I may swatch it if it comes to that. I have the time because I don't have enough of this one, and I don't have the third color. So the third color is going to be a color, is a medium gray. This is not the yarn, but it's going to be this kind of situation. It's going to be a little bit darker, I will say, but espero que se la dé. Okay. My mother calls and I have to pick it up. If not, she will send the police. Anyway, okay, so I was telling you guys that I had these 2 colors that I already bought. They're the same brand. I will put the color of the pink down here on the screen, and then I bought the same brand, but I bought a medium gray. I think it's gonna be probably very accurate than this one, but I bought this. I wanted to have the same. I needed 2 more of these, so I got them on an UK website, so I need to wait for those to arrive here. I am crossing my fingers that I don't have any problem in customs, so they are here in a week or 2. In the meantime, I'm just going to let this one sit and probably gauge swatch, probably not. Although I want to have the same fit that this one has. So I think if I do this small and keep the needles, I like I like the fabric that it's doing. So if not, I will just try it on whenever I separate the sleeves and see if I need to add more length and width to the body. Okay. Ooh, sorry, I was working on this one while my mom was calling, because you know we need to have some entertainment besides the entertainment of the gossip. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so 2 whips are ready, and I have one more. And let me see, where is it at? Because I don't remember. Where is it at? Oh, it's here. Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay. It's down here. Okay. So that one is living on this cute tote that I got at Starlight Knitting Society. This is a store in Portland. I went the other day with my best friend. He was visiting, and I stopped at this store, and I didn't buy anything. I'm trying to be very conscious and do a list of the stuff that I need to buy and shop around and do all that stuff. So I went there and I didn't get anything that I liked or that I think it will work. So the next whip is from the Lane magazine, the number 6. I will have to say, I went to a class in dry good designs in downtown Seattle, and I met this lady there. We were taking a class together, and I'm gonna show you what we were doing the day later on the podcast. But I met this lady, and she had this beautiful sweater on. She's a knitter, and her sweater was handmade and her jeans were handmade. She makes everything. And you know, I was telling her about Junko Komoto. I had the sweater, and you know, showing her pictures, and I had the Ninilchik sweatshirt on me, and she had a very nice way to see what's going on trend-wise with the knitwear, right? She pretty much, if I'm going to sum up what she told me, is that we are moving away from being trendy and buy everything at Sarah, for 21, H&M, to doing the same rush and just like fast decisions on knitwear. And she was, you know, all about on, I would say, trends versus design qualities. And we had a nice chat about it, about quality and quantity, and we had the same ideas of, you know, some of the patterns are out there, are being rushed. So she said that she enjoyed these publications because you have a book that is very complete, right? It has recipes, it has stories, it has designs, it has great photography, and it's just like a kind of like a, you know, coffee table kind of book. So I went home and I just got this one, or, you know, it was very recent at the moment, and I was eyeing this sweater, and I think I did talk about it last time. If not, I cut it out. It's the Arbusto sweater from Rosa Pomar. She is the owner of Retrosaria, or that Portuguese yarn that I loved, and she made this one in the worsted Brusca, and it's you know, it's a very kind of easy design, but it has that popcorn bubble element to it. So it's a cropped, and it's gorgeous. It's just, you know, it's very, I think everybody and their mother, they need a popcorn sweater. So I started doing that one, and I had this yarn that I bought for the Alanis sweater that I wanted to do, and then I gauge swatched. I did get gauge, but when I started, it didn't have any drape. So I think this one, that sweater needed some drape because it was half of, she used alpaca and wool combo, and this is 100% wool. This is the Highland worsted yarn, and I have 5 of those, and this is the colored foliage. It's number 80, and this one has 200 yards per skein, so I have 5. So and I will get more if I need more. Anyway, so I got that one, and I started with my sweater, and I will go get it. And it's not, ooh, hold on, an emergency. Okay, so there's not a lot of progress because I lost count. I don't know what I am. So here we are. It's a sweater that you make on the reverse, and then you just flip it up and you just wear it with the pearl side out. So there we go. I have the first round of bubbles. Where's it at? There you go. And I am increasing, but then I didn't want to write on my book, so I don't know where I am right now. So I need to figure it out. So this is a baby, there's a hole in there. You know, I think I'm going to rip this out and then start again. Because if you could tell, I did an increase wrong, so it was more like a slip stitch than anything. But here we are. I think I'm gonna have so much fun with this one. However, the yarn is really toothy and woolly and rough. So right now I'm having a little bit of a problem with, you know, the bubbles. It's taking a little bit of, you know, of time on it, but it's very similar to the other color. So this is gonna be a to be determined kind of design. And I'm using the needle size 6, I believe. I did gauge swatch. I don't know where is that at. I never know where they are. I need to like wrap, like just put them in this in a cork board or something. So there we go. Our begin. I found this sweater that I am in love with. And I was talking to Jackie from the Cody Jack's Knit Podcast, and she was gonna do another sweater from here, and I was telling her about this one. This is the Poet sweater by Sari Nordland, and it's a 3/4, very simple sleeves, kind of simple silhouette in a way. I don't know, I may be being wrong, but it's a lace pattern. Let me lower this exposure because it's killing. There we go. So it's a very simple lacy sweater. So he asks, it says really clearly that is for an experienced knitter. And it's, so I was telling her about it, and she was just like, don't be intimidated. I was talking to Jackie about it, and she was telling me not to be intimidated by, you know, a pattern, just to try it, and then if it doesn't work, you know, just at least I tried. And that's exactly what I want to do. I'm just gonna do exactly like that. It's lace. And right now I have a pickle because I have to gauge swatch, but it says to gauge swatch on stockinette on the round, which I know how to do that. But then it asked me to gauge swatch over the pattern, the shorted pattern, and I don't know how to do that. I've never done a gauge swatch from a short. I have never done that, so I don't know what to do, because if you want a 4x4 inch square and you want to knit on the round and knit lace, I don't know how many repeats I have to do. It doesn't say here. I don't know. I just may just knit on the round, stockinette wise, and then just YOLO on the lace pattern. I just don't know what to do. If you guys know what to do, just let me know, because I have no idea. Anyway, so I bought the yarn for that one, and this one is the tuku. Let me see. Why is it changing? No, stay there. Okay, so I got the tuku wool fingering weight. I got the color Raku, is the color 9, and it asked for 5 of these. And the price I told is $11.50. So 5. That's a cheap sweater. That's a cheap sweater. So I was like, yes, why not? You know, I think everybody can spend whatever they want on yarn, and I have nothing to say about that. But for me personally, trying to be more conscious, because $200 on a sweater, hello, it's a lot of money. So yeah, $11.50. I got 5. Let me see how much that is. This is just like very, very accurate. Hold on, because of course I had all this. Oop. Times 5 is $57.50. So for $60 I got a sweater, or I got the yarn for the sweater. Okay, so that is for my knitting portion of the podcast. I want to talk about a podcast that I've been enjoying and up for a while. It's called Some Assembly Required, and is by Andrea and Juniper Forest. She is Paige. Her name is Paige. Her Instagram is Juniper Forest. I'm gonna put it down there, in Stitch Parade, and they have this podcast that is called Some Assembly Required knitting podcast, and I really enjoy them. I like that they talk of stuff more than knitting. Like Andrea was doing a bike race, and she talked about that a little bit. So it's just not about knitting, it's just about their life, although it's heavy on the knitting. I love it. You guys should just check it out. They are so much fun. And yeah, so that's it for today. I think this video, I said it was going to be super short, but I think it's going to be like an hour long, so I apologize in advance. You guys know where to find me. Again, this is my social media. And yeah, I will see you guys soon.